Right, lads. How are we fixed there? We're ready to go. We'll keep the music for a moment. You guys know each other.
We do.
You know each other
I've never
well.
seen him before in my life.
Yeah. Let's get this out of your way
I'm a
here.
bit offended. There's too many sands around the place.
Sands.
The sands of time.
The sands of time. You're introducing you formally to the people. Ben Sands, he of the Sands family provenance. We have Tom Newman, Tom of the Tubular Bells provenance. And it's also constantly making music, composing music and making things happen down there at his Narrowwater estate. That's not too much an overstatement, Tom.
Marcus won't like that.
Well, sure, for goodness sake, it is. That's your, for as long as you're there resident, it's your estate, dear boy. That's how it is.
Well, it's
Ah,
yours
yeah.
as well.
You guys came to music in different ways. I think it's important to look at that. Your story takes me into the East End of London to Tom, to within sound of Bow Bells, which makes you a Cockney, really. And Ben, you grew up, as Tom was growing up in his part of the world, you were growing up on yours, and you were basically learning it from at the knee of your mum and dad.
From the grass, very much the grassroots, or from the grass. Yeah, totally different. I suppose the opposite sides of the. I was totally rural, I suppose, and Tom was a city.
Yeah.
Gent, he still is. Too.
How
You
much
have no bit of look of him.
How much Tom is London really a city and not sort of country village? Because I rather think your part was a little village of small streets.
Yeah, the whole point of getting involved in music for me was just to avoid getting a day job. I mean, you know, Ben's the real thing because he comes from a tradition that was of ancient bards and poets. Whereas all I wanted to do was not go to work. It was as simple as that, really. So, you know, I'm a complete charlatan when compared to this man here.
No,
but of course, he was also 3 generations before me. He started in 1900. You know, I wasn't born until 43, you know, during the war. He was in the First World War.
Wow.
Head start on you, Tom.
Yeah. How's the album going that you're making for your son, you're producing for your son?
Oh, very good, yeah. I'm on the very last day today. In fact, I'll be finished this evening.
So what you have done for your son, Tom, Ben's mum and dad did for him. You've created a tradition, a heritage,
there's a clever
provenance.
There's a clever way of putting it.
It is,
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, the apple didn't fall
I mean,
far
but-
from the tree.
But it's also true that the last thing he wants to do, my son, is to get a day job either. So, you know, we still got the same root of lazy bugger, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas Ben's a mighty farm man, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, your song, and we'll come in the musical way to you first, and shortly we'll be hearing actually about a great event that's occurring at the moment. It's, of course, it's National Bike Week, and a man of biking that I know very, very well from this part of the world, Mr. McKinley, building gentleman, great man, used to windsurf with us down the loch. His son is now involved in cycling. I think Mr. McKinley Senior is involved as well. But we'll be hearing about National Bike Week within the next 10 minutes, so it'll be good. But can we encourage you to talk to us about the Hug, Ben? That was the famous song you wrote, and that it went viral on the internet, so to speak, and it also earned a few bob from the Cuss and Soap people.
It did, yes. Well, it's a simple little song, really. It started out that way anyway. I come up with this idea of something that was, I suppose, universal. I'm not sure where the original idea came from. I remember having a discussion around a breakfast table in Frankfurt one time, and we're talking about what people collected as they went around the world, whatever their business happened to be. And this lady who was in the company, she said she collected, various people collected various things, as you can imagine. But she said she just collected smiles with her camera, you know. And I don't know if that triggered something off or not. At that
I rather
time,
think it might have.
it might. At that time I was collecting little pigs. I thought I should be collecting something since I was travelling around so much with time in my hands. So I started collecting wee pigs about the size of my thumb, made from wood or glass or porcelain, and taking them home, and I was building wee pig houses to put them in. But
That's good.
it was taking up too much space in the house,
Yes.
and you have to dust them at least once a year. So
you
it's
don't have to
getting
dust a Hug.
exactly.
That
So
struck
a
you
hug
early
doesn't
on.
take up any space, and if you give one, you get one back. In fact, if
Yeah.
you do it right, you might get 2 or 3 back.
Wow.
So
And
you have to-
different classes of hug.
Oh, for God's sake!
You see,
I'm
this
thinking
is
of writing a book
important.
about it. Yeah.
You can have a hug that is gentle and like the first dew of the new day on the buttercups that are opening their little eyes.
They're
onto
very
the sun.
rare to find those.
Yeah, but they're a gentle
But
hug.
they're there. Yes.
And then there's the hug of, how you doing, baby?
That's the only
hugging
one
you.
you know about, Ron.
I'm a
I know
gentleman. I'm
You're a
gentleman.
gentleman.
Would you pull out and give us a 3-shot, Sean? I'm a gentleman. I would. But you know
are
what I'm
indeed.
saying? It's very important to say, first of
absolutely.
all, hello, let me hug you.
Yeah.
And you do the gentle hug.
Yeah.
And then it's, you want a hug, baby. You have
Yeah.
it. You got it
Yeah.
now.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a whole range.
But there's a whole range, a whole rake of hugs.
Absolutely.
A rake of hugs. a
Yeah,
rake
and
of
depending
hugs.
on how well you know the person.
Okay.
Also, has
And if
something
you
to
hug
do
in the
with-
right way, you will
Well, it can- you
most
never know.
certainly get to know them better.
You never know where it might end.
Because there's quiet communication in the touching of the cheeks. The proper hug, of course, is a left-hand experience. People don't actually realize
left-hand
this because
experience.
your heart goes from the center of your sternum, under your chest, down onto underneath your left nipple. I say nipple so not to
Yes,
offend people
because
saying
of
nipple.
TV.
You know
Absolutely.
yourself, it's
Yeah.
You
early
wouldn't want to say
daytime
that on
television.
TV.
So that's the shape of your heart. Your heart is there like so. And so your heart beats there. The sort of, it leans towards the left. So you need to
Yes.
come to the woman and you need to position her so that your left body is against her left body.
Yes.
And at that point you embrace. Wow. And you do it gently. And you do it properly.
That's a lovely
and
way
with
of putting it,
respect.
isn't it, Tom?
Well,
And then
it could be seen
If
to
you're
be lovely,
musical
I
people,
would say.
the hugs, the heart, the beats of the heart
Yes.
begin
Well,
to
it's-
harmonize.
You could say it's the shortest distance between two hearts.
The hug, and you didn't use that line in your song.
No, not yet, but I will
No,
now.
the hug is the shortest distance.
If Tom
between
doesn't
two
take it
hearts.
first,
Yeah,
you
I've
know.
got it. Thank you.
Tom, will you plan a musical hug? I know you have a vast repertoire of music, and while this man is playing as the hug, you will think of the lovely piece of music you're going to bring me, and then we'll come back for, first of all, your musical
I'll
hug,
sing a bit of it
and
anyway.
then Tom's musical hug, and then we'll hear about the angularity of the harsh world and the determined world of. We need to get your microphone. It's lost. Give me 1 second, and I'll do
Here's
that.
the microphone. Do you want
Let
one?
me- no, it's not. It's not there. It's gone. You
Oh,
keep
it's
that.
gone indeed.
No, hold
Yeah,
on.
I'll
Wait a
take
minute.
this one.
No, keep that. Where is it? Here it
He
is.
hasn't. He's lost it completely.
Here it is.
my
I've got
God.
it. I've got it. I've got it. Sorry about this, but this
It's gone
is.
to the place where
Let
you
me have
can't
this.
hug.
Don't you worry about that. It's got to the place where you can't hug.
What's my left nipple there?
Your nipples are okay. Here we're going. Step, 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 step. Are you ready? Oh, the hug. You start playing. Now that's there.
All this hug's getting a bit seductive, I reckon.
Yeah, it's all good. And then we'll have the vast athleticism when you finish the hugging of the National Bike Week. Ben, take it away.
I remember I wasn't much older, when 4, well, maybe 5 at the most. The go to school mornings were colder, no such thing as a bus. Our mother'd be searching for school bags, combing our hair the wrong way, as she buttered our toast and buttoned our coats. Here's what my mother would say: we all need a hug in the morning, and one at the end of the day, and as many as possible squeezed in between to keep life's troubles at bay. No matter wherever you ramble, your problems be great or be small, it is my belief for instant relief, a hug is the best cure of all. Now Archbishop Tutu from Cape Town continues to keep our hearts warm with his passion for freedom and justice and peace. He's a man of great courage and charm. His words have the power of persuasion to lead people into the light. But if you want to move mountains like Tutu, then hug everybody in sight.
Wow.
For we all need a hug in the morning, and one at the end of the day, and as many as possible squeezed in between to keep life's troubles at bay. No matter wherever you ramble, your problems be great or be small, 'tis my belief for instant relief, a hug is the best cure of all.
Well,
I'll make that for a while.
Thank you. Tom, you're on. Have you got the guitar with you?
Oh,
Have
Jesus,
you got it
not
there?
me straight away. I was
Hey,
expecting
absolutely.
Man.
Well,
Because
this,
we're
is terrible,
space
this is
there.
a terrible letdown now
Why?
compared to that.
No, it's not.
Nonsense.
This is
Nonsense.
wonderment. No. Your mic there. Where is your mic, Tom? Is it
It's
on you
here.
there still?
I have
Yes,
it still.
is. Yeah.
My God.
Thank you.
But this has got nothing to do with hugs,
Doesn't
though.
have to be. We can
Well,
can
it's- in fact, it's got
extemporize.
something. It's
We can
really-
imagine the hug.
This
The
is a-
task, dear friends, is
this
to
is a-
find the hug in Tom's song.
Okay.
And we will, I promise you.
This is a song written in the 60s by Roger Miller for Del Shannon initially. One time, a long time ago, on a mountain in Switzerland, yo-lo-lo-lo-lo, there lived a fair young maiden, lovely but lonely, yo-ho-ho. Day after day, she pined her heart away, yo-lo-lo-lo-lo, lady, eh? But no love came her way. One day her papa say, someday you'll go down to the village in the valley. There you meet a nice young man who'll ask for your hand, then you'll be happy. Oompa papa, oompa, oompa pa. Oompa papa, oompa, oompa papa. You're the lady. Oompa papa, oompa, oompa pa. Oompa papa, oompa, oompa papa. But every day she grew unhappier on a mountain in Switzerland, yo-lo-lo-lo. Each day a little bit lonelier. Which way to go, which way to go? Day after day, she pined her heart away, yo-lo-lo-lo-lo, lady, eh? But no love came her way. Some say the maiden's dreams never came true. She never got to go to the valley. If she did or not, I really don't know. Wah-ho-ho. If she died unhappy, I'd rather think she found love. Wouldn't you rather think she found love somewhere, some way? Yodel-odel-lay, yodel-lay-day, yodel-lay-dee, yodel-lay-dee.
Wow, well, hey. That's fantastic. Sean, come to me and talk to me. Let me talk to the people. We've been in the presence of genius, musical genius here this morning, guys.
Genius, boy.
And we'd like to thank you for coming in.